I'm Jeanette, VP of Marketing at Hounds here at the NAED Marketing Summit in San Antonio. And today I'm talking to Tara Lehman from Wesco. You're the Director of Marketing. So tell me, what does that mean?
Sure. So Wesco, we merged with Annixter a couple years ago. We now have a larger marketing organization. So we're structured by our different selling business units. And I now focus on our industrial business. So I support the sales growth of our industrial team.
And you were asked to speak at this event. So let's talk about this marketing summit and some of the big themes that we're seeing this week.
Sure. We're so excited about the NAED Marketing Summit. So I had the pleasure of joining the committee this last year. And the committee helps put together the conference, all the topics, the content, who the speakers are, the different vendors that we have at the event, all the different types of sessions. And what we really wanted to bring together is what is needed for distributors, manufacturers, and manufacturer reps. We all kind of have similar issues and needs. We're in different parts of our journey when it comes from a marketing standpoint, whether you're a marketing team of one or a marketing team of 150, we all can kind of relate in different ways. So we wanted to help bring a lot of people together from a networking aspect, but also for learn how we're growing so much in the electrical industry, and marketing is really transformed, and we want to make sure marketing stays relevant, marketing teams, and being more innovative and relevant in our organizations.
What are some of the common challenges that the distributors and manufacturers are talking about this week?
Sure. So we have a lot of different sessions. It was great to try to put together, what are the different topics. We take a lot of things with the survey that we do the previous year to understand what our marketers, what do they want to understand today. The beauty of our committee is we're all made up of marketers across manufacturers, manufacturer reps, and distributors. And we wanted to make sure we were bringing things that we were seeing things in our own organizations that we wanted to learn more about. So we have different sessions on AI, on sales and marketing alignment, on different activation lab sessions that we had today, which was excellent, where we're having different marketers sit around the table and there's different scenarios that we're putting in place, either with lead management or sales effectiveness or channel marketing. So there's all different topics that we're covering across the board. So we're really excited. We hope that a lot of people have taken a lot from this, and most importantly, learning from each other as well, because we're all kind of in different stages of our own marketing careers. We're at different stages of maybe just starting out electrical or been in it for 20 plus years. We know that there's something for everyone.
Yeah, we were excited. Hounds was one of the Activation Lab moderators, so we got to talk about content creation. And AI was a big topic in our table, and we were really excited to get to do it. We did it like 3 times today and got a lot of really good feedback from different people, and it seems like that's a huge issue that a lot of marketers are like grappling with. So many new things. So as far as it relates to AI and marketing, what are your thoughts, or what are some of the insights that you'd like people to take away from this event?
I mean, one of the biggest things with AI is there's so many different types of AI. So the world's our oyster and what we decide we want to choose to do. It's really nice, the AI session that we had today, or have over the next 2 days. It touches on so many different areas of how AI can be utilized. So not just ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, but also different other types of like Gen AI type things, because it just really depends on where people are in their marketing journey, on what they can kind of bring to the table when it comes to AI. And it's also interesting to be able to talk to folks, because depending on where AI sits in their organization, they may have it, maybe marketing's managing the AI, maybe it's IT or omni-channel type organizations managing that. And then just talking about how organizations are not even just from a marketing standpoint, but how are we looking at AI for sales, looking at AI for HR, for finance, in all different ways. And there's different tools that not only can be used from a marketing standpoint, but those same tools can also maybe be used for different departments across the organization.
What are some of your favorite uses of AI?
I use it a lot to make sure that I have the right tone in my emails. I would say I feel like I'm only like scratching the surface myself. We have Copilot in my organization, and it's been really great to make sure that I can be quite wordy sometimes, so making sure I get more succinct and to the point. Also, I've loved using it for meetings so that I can take, maybe sometimes I may not be able to make certain meetings, or I know folks maybe can't make it, and using the AI tool to kind of tell me, okay, what were the key points of this meeting? What did I miss? What were the key takeaways? I think it's been a really good opportunity for us to use within marketing. It helps to make things go a lot quicker by getting kind of different ideas from AI, but you have to know the different prompts and stuff too. So kind of staying on top of that. I follow a couple people on social media that give me some tips on, instead of saying, hey, how do you make this email have a better tone? There's like different prompts and things, and kind of learning that as you continue to build the AI.
My Instagram feed now is like every other post is like, hey, here's the prompt that I used to make this.
Yes.
And I love it so much, because then you didn't even realize like, oh, I can use AI for this. And learning how to write prompts has become such a really interesting topic. And one of my favorite tips that I shared with the tables today was that you can actually ask the AI chatbot, so like ChatGPT is the one that I use the most, and I can ask ChatGPT, like, write me a prompt that I should give back to you if this is what I want from you. And it's the funniest thing, because then ChatGPT is like teaching me how to speak its language. So I'm like getting the prompts from ChatGPT, feeding it back in, and then getting what I want from it. And that was like mind-blowing to me. But yeah, prompts now, it's like taken up my whole feed. I think that is like such an interesting shift in our day-to-day that even a year ago, I didn't really see it that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
Are there any other uses of AI or any other types of technologies that you feel like people at this summit are really talking about as it relates to marketing and innovations in our industry?
Yeah, so, 20 years ago, CRM and marketing automation tools, came to light more in the B2B space. I mean, it was pretty heavy on that B2C space. I think B2B, we're a little bit more behind, not only in the electrical distribution, manufacturing industry, but that's just in general in like facilities management type industry. So it's really interesting to hear different organizations where they are in that journey, no matter what size. If you're a one-person organization or a 150,000 person organization, there's still people at many different levels. Some people have the automation tools, some people don't have the CRM or the connection between. So just understanding where everyone is kind of in their journey is really interesting to hear. And we find that there's a lot of people that are similar stages in their journey, because we are pretty traditional type. Electrical is pretty traditional, show up with your truck and pick up your tools and things like that. And it's interesting to be able to be like, hey, we can really utilize automation tools and technology to help us not only do our business better, but then from a marketing standpoint to be able to be more efficient, more effective, and also be able to track from that marketing qualified lead stage or lead generation activity all the way through to a closed one. Just kind of understanding and hearing how people are on different journeys with that, and sharing those best practices has been amazing being part of this conference.
That was an interesting topic that I saw in your worksheet for the Future Ready Marketing roundtable earlier for the Activation Lab. And I was reading through the scenario, and it really got me thinking, because some of the questions I did know the answer to. And so I started asking ChatGPT, and I started looking for it. And we are in the process of transitioning from Salesforce to HubSpot. And so I'm learning a lot about what HubSpot has, and maybe Salesforce also has some of these AI tools, but I couldn't believe it. And we were talking about that a ton today, that the AI has been built into HubSpot to help you a lot more than I even realized. So taking a lot of the automation that we've been kind of used to, or at least, I thought that was pretty cool, but I think some of the automation when it comes to tracking your prospects and leads and just through the journey have now not only been automated, but also personalized to such a granular level using AI. I thought that was super cool. And now I'm kind of obsessed with CRMs. So I've been reading all these really cool things about what you can do to make your life a lot more efficient and productive as a marketer using HubSpot, for example. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even realize that inside of the CRM, you can ask it to write your blogs for you and write your headlines for you, and integrating all of that with the data that you're getting from anyone who's interacting with your content is just kind of game changing. I think that's a super exciting thing that a lot of the people in marketing departments are going to have to learn quickly because it's going to give people such an advantage if they're leveraging some of the new technology. What are some of the other things that I know AI we talked about all day, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow, and that's so fun for me. But what are some of the other topics that you are hearing people chat about from the sessions or from some of the speakers?
Yeah, one of the sessions I really liked was storytelling. Is kind of like rephrasing what are different ways that you can be marketing and not just talking about your products, features, and benefits, but really speaking to what it means to the customer. Like, what is that customer's pain point? What's really going to get them to buy? It's not just there's a manufacturer that has a really good campaign called Home in Time, and it really speaks it to and humanizes what, because we're marketing to other people. And I think sometimes in marketing we maybe forget that we're marketing to other people. So kind of taking that more human approach, like what is that customer challenge and pain point, and really transforming what your story is so that it leads to what you're trying to get people to buy or purchase.
Yeah, I think that's something for my team, especially. A lot of us are former journalists, and we love that we can use storytelling in this way. But admittedly, even we haven't fully taken the time to craft those stories and really understand how to leverage all of that. And I'm excited, not to go back to AI again, but that can really help you translate a lot of the customer stories that you're getting. One thing we did with the distributor inside of Trade Hounds was we did a comment campaign to get our users to share what they love about this distributor. And we ended up getting 400 comments. And we were kind of blown away how many of our users right away were commenting about what they liked. And that's a lot for you to manually go through. And so AI has been really helpful to say, okay, synthesize this and then pull out the best quotes that represent different themes. So using AI in that way as well has been really cool. And then help craft the story that we want to share. So not just to put the quote up, which is great, or to tell the customers, share the customer's testimonial in a way that's plugging your company, but in a more authentic, humanized way. I think I'm seeing a lot more content go in that direction, which makes me really excited, because I think it's more fun, at least for marketers. Selfishly, it's more fun to create, but also there's a lot of interesting research out there that says that it helps to cut through some of the noise, and that people are getting a little tired of the hard sell, and maybe some of that storytelling is what helps you differentiate yourself from other distributors.
Right.
I was talking to another distributor earlier today, and they were talking about how, especially with distributors, what your value is that you give to your customers is really your service, your customer service and the quality, and your accountability to ensure that you're doing what you say you're going to do. And that's the reason that tradespeople, contractors pick you over another distributor. And so being able to share that in a story is something that can really help and drive more business to your branches, which is really cool and fun for the creators.
Yes.
In our community. I think that's a really fun way to do marketing. So share a little bit about what are your favorite things about marketing? What are the things that you like the most?
Every day is a different day. So there's so many different things. We really try to take a really big integrated marketing approach. So we want to meet people in the different channels, different mediums, different messaging, to kind of meet them where they are. But with that comes, there's so many different types of marketing and things that we can do. So every day is different. Every day brings a different challenge, a different opportunity. That's what I like so much about marketing, and especially B2B marketing, because there's so much more challenges in marketing and B2B compared to, there's different, not so many challenges compared to, but there's different challenges B2B marketing compared to B2C marketing. So that's why I started out my career in B2C for about 5 years, and then I've been B2B for the past 15. And I love B2B because I love being able to kind of solve challenges and issues and be innovative. And I've had the fortunate opportunity to work for several different organizations that have allowed me to be more innovative and allowed me to give different strategy and recommendations and let's test things out. And I feel like that's really cool about marketing because it's like, hey, let's pilot this, let's try this. There's so many things that we can do that don't necessarily cost money to do that per se. We can try different things. We can be grassroots, or we can do big, huge national campaigns, or we can do very grassroots in local markets. So it just makes it exciting because there's just so much that you can do. And then with AI and different technology and innovations, like innovating in marketing is endless. And I'm really excited to see that there's so many electrical distributors, manufacturers, and manufacturer reps that are really embracing different types of technologies and embracing different ways to market. And you can tell people can just get so excited talking about just networking here, talking about like how they're doing things and how they're doing it different and kind of sharing different best practices.
Are there any best practices that you would like to share with the viewers that they can take away from this week?
I would say always network. So I feel like that's what really has helped propel me in my career as well, is just be open to have conversations with folks, to meet different people, to be inclusive in part of your conversations, because you never know what conversation may spark something else or an idea or a partnership. It could be partnerships between, distributor or manufacturer, or manufacturer rep, manufacturer, distributor. So I think that that's one of the biggest key things that I love to kind of encourage people to do, is make sure you're at this conference, you're learning, but you're also mingling and talking to other people. Don't just sit at the table with your team. Like, make sure you're kind of mixing around so that you're meeting. You never know who you might meet that might, help you or you help them in your next stage of your career.
Is there anything else that we haven't touched on that you'd like to talk about?
I don't think so.
Well,
That I can think of.
Thank you so much for your time. It's such a pleasure to meet you, and we're having a great time at the event. So thank you for all of your effort putting this together.
Yeah, thank you.